we know that we need to be interviewing the right people in order to deliver you with data that is robust and that you can draw accurate conclusions from. We have our own panel of respondents, the Bounce and Born Business Panel. These are a group of people who've signed up to take part in our online surveys. Every time somebody registers, we thoroughly vet their details to ensure that they are from the company they say they're from and that they have the knowledge that they say they have. This ensures that when they're taking part in our surveys, they're going to be able to answer your questions accurately and provide you with good quality data. We also work with trusted suppliers in other markets that we can't source with our own panel. These suppliers take data quality as seriously as we do, and we've thoroughly vetted their processes to ensure that they match up with our own. We start thinking about data quality when we start designing our questionnaires. Our project managers are all experts in questionnaire design and several are MRS certified to ensure that the questionnaires that they're designing are going to give you the best quality data. We take all sorts of things into consideration. So for example, the average attention span is 8 minutes long, and our project managers keep this in mind when they're designing questionnaires. They try and keep the questions short and snappy so that respondents can really focus on them, but also write them in a way that's going to hit your research objectives. Keeping things like this in mind when designing questionnaires really helps us to ensure that respondents are giving accurate data and data that is going to provide the most insight to you. When we're inviting respondents to our survey, we want to ensure that we're inviting the right people. We use pre-profiled information to do this, and it has the added benefit of resulting in fewer screen-outs, so fewer respondents getting rejected from our surveys and not wanting to take part in the future. Once a respondent accesses our online survey, we also ask them to confirm their details. So we'd ask them a few questions about their employment, the company they work for, and their knowledge to assess that they're the right person for the survey. We ask them a couple of questions to check their understanding of the topic. So for example, they may be an IT decision maker and work in the IT function, but they might not know about the particular topic you want to survey and ask about. We also run a lot of automated checks to ensure that the data quality is high. So for example, we have a device fingerprint that makes sure that we don't get the same person taking part multiple times. This device fingerprint can also check for a few other things. So for example, it can check that the time that they're taking part roughly matches an appropriate time for their geographical location. So for example, if a respondent is taking part between 1 AM and 5 AM local time, they might get flagged as somebody who's not seriously taking part in the survey. The device fingerprint can also check whether the respondent has been added to a global blacklist, so whether they've been reported for poor data quality before. And it can also run some checks to ensure that they are real people and that we're not getting bots taking part in our survey. We also review the data for each respondent as they come through the survey. So for example, before we put the survey into field, we'll run through the survey ourselves to see what is an appropriate time and what is the shortest amount of time that you can complete the survey in. Everyone that completes the survey in less time than we feel is appropriate is automatically removed, and we review the responses that everyone else gives to ensure that they've taken part in an appropriate time. There might be times when our clients want to ask an open text question or give the respondents to specify a certain answer. All of those responses are reviewed, so even if they're submitted in a different language, they're all translated into English and reviewed on a one-by-one basis by our team. We ensure that the response that they've given matches the question and what it's asking, and if it doesn't, we'll remove that respondent because we suspect they will have not answered other questions appropriately. As well as these question-by-question checks, we also review the interview as a whole. This is to ensure that the responses are consistent and match up with answers previously given. Every single response that comes through is also checked by 2 of our operations team. These checks are really important to us, but we know that not every other market research agency does them. However, we want to carry on doing them and ensuring that your data is of the highest quality it can be. The data checks that we do help to ensure that the right people are taking part and that your research is the best it can be. Thanks for watching.